I'm Gabriela Garcia.
And I'm Michael Allen.
Before we get started, make sure you watch the entire episode because we have a huge surprise for you that you don't want to miss. Do you remember this iconic Super Bowl commercial?
Please, jiggle now.
Mr. Green? Mr. Green?
Yeah.
You need any help?
Mm-mm.
I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
Yeah, sure.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
Okay.
A Coke and a smile makes me feel good, makes me feel nice.
Be around.
That's the way it should be. I like to see
Hey, kid.
the whole world smiling with me. Coca-Cola as life. Have a Coke and
Thanks, Mean Joe.
smile.
That commercial first aired in 1980 during Super Bowl 14, and a lot has changed. I mean, how often do we drink Coke out of a glass bottle anymore? The boy in the commercial is Tommy Okon. He has grown up and Mean Joe Green has long since retired, but the two of them reconnected in a special segment set to air during the show Super Bowl's Greatest Commercials 2016 on CBS. The two men can be seen discussing the importance of the Hey Kid Catch ad and what it meant at the time. I think that the people that created it wrote a great commercial, and it really tells a story. The commercial is kind of what Joe is, tough football player who's a nice guy, Okon said in this segment.
In the interview, Green reveals a funny fact. He actually chugged 18 bottles of Coke that day to get the commercial exactly right. I believe that back then the glass bottles were 16 ounces. That would mean Green drank 288 ounces of Coke while shooting that commercial. According to CalorieKing.com, every 7.5 ounces of Coca-Cola is equivalent to 90 calories. That means that Green consumed 3,456 Coke calories for that commercial shoot. And hey, Gabriella, do you know how long it would take to burn off those Coke calories from that commercial shoot?
Well, it'd be a long time because it's going to be 183 minutes and 20 seconds or 60 hours and 20 seconds.
We both are big football fans, and since the both of us live here in Chicago, and it's where we film the show, we both are diehard Bears fans. But would you talk about them in your obituary?
Well, Elizabeth Bowman did. She lived a long life and recently died at the age of 78. She resided in Northbrook, Illinois, and was honored in the Chicago Tribune for being a dedicated and involved mother and grandmother, and remembered as a woman of loyalty, integrity, opinion, curiosity, and intelligence. But she will also be remembered for what she said in her obituary and a certain Chicago Bears player. An actual line from her obituary read, "A lifelong fan of the Cubs, Blackhawks, and Bears, in parentheses, except Jay Cutler." But there is one thing that seems a little strange to us. Her family has asked that any donations made in her name go to the Minnesota Special Olympics. Maybe she has a Vikings fan in her family with a weird sense of humor.
And we do have a poll question up on our Twitter account. It's at Cleat Geeks, asking you this question. Would you mention your favorite sports team in your obituary? Go to our Twitter account right now and join over the 4,500 strong of the Geek Nation and give us your opinion. We will give you the results right here next week.
With the Super Bowl about a week away, are you finding yourself daydreaming about spring training? The crack of the bat, the sound of a fastball whistling through the air at 90 plus miles per hour, the smell of caramel corn and ballpark hot dogs, and the umpire in a loud graveling voice yelling, "Play ball!" Then let us whet your appetite a little more. MLB has released pictures of their new spring training jerseys and caps for both the Grapefruit and Cactus League. Go to our website, www.cleatgeeks.com, and there in the story, Dreaming of Spring Training, you'll find a link to a slideshow of all the new apparel for all 30 teams. Now, Michael, you saw the pictures. What's your favorite?
I have to say the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah?
They're really slick looking.
So I'm a Cubs fan, so I gotta go with, I really like the jerseys. I really like how it has a little patch on there, but I think they're all pretty nice.
I agree, but I think the one that stuck out was Arizona.
Yeah.
We currently have an article on our website asking who won the trade earlier this week between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Colorado Rockies. In the article, we give the current stats of both major leaguers and both minor leaguers involved in the trade. We analyze the trade from each side of the teams that were involved and who we thought won the trade. This trade is made possible by the Rockies signing an outfielder to a recent 3-year contract, thus giving them a crowded outfield. But one of their members became an overnight sensation on the basketball court in Colorado that made him virtually untraceable. Watch this.
Rockies outfielder Charlie Blackmon's attempting some half-court Rocky shots there.
I lost it. It went in. I lost control of my body. Muscle function went crazy.
You can't trade him, and they didn't.
Have you ever been to a college basketball game live? Have you ever sat right behind the basket as the opposing team tries to make their foul shots and do and say crazy things to try to distract them? Let me introduce you to the curtain of distraction.
The greatest Olympian in history. Now using Tempe as his home, training for another Olympic Games. Oh, and it worked! You know why this is great? Because Michael was such a good swimmer, he didn't go to college. So he's getting his college experience. That's great. Boom!
How did Arizona State University get Michael Phelps to do this? Get the answer to that question and much more by going to our website and reading Phelps is Golden in Curtain of Distraction.
We have 2 different series going on right now. The first is an MLB one, as we are looking at each division in baseball and predicting where each team will finish and why. This week we are concentrating on the NL East. We have 5 articles up currently, 1 on each club. See who we think is going to finish last, first, and the places in between.
The second one we are concluding this week is on the different Pro Bowl positions. We have articles dedicated to quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, linebackers, defensive linemen, and cornerbacks. Each article rates the players who were chosen and gives you the players who were snubbed.
Gabriella, what was your favorite article posted this week?
Well, I think every week I really like the Women of Sports. This week was Women of Sports Laura Tyler, and that is written every week by Julie Harshbarger. And what was yours, Michael?
Mine was, should the National League adopt the DH? And that's written by William Taylor. Definitely give both articles and every other article on CleatGeeks.com a read.
And we mentioned at the beginning of the show we had a surprise for you. Well, over a period of time, you will start noticing some changes happening here on the show. The first major change is that the Cleat Geeks Weekly Sports Report will no longer be called that. But don't panic, because the new name is even better. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Sports fans all over the world, we are happy to announce that this show will be called Geek
Nation! We will make it official next week, so next week's episode will be called Geek Nation. Same exact concept, but it's just got a different name, and we are going to implement these changes slowly so you guys, the viewers, don't get overwhelmed.
Exactly. But for right now, I'm Gabriella Garcia.
And I'm Michael Allen.
We'll see you guys next week on Geek Nation.